Hello everyone! Today I will show you such wonderful, beautiful and bright rackets that are in the shape of the sun, a butterfly and balloon. We've created them especially for our entertainers and for the children that participate in the interactive with you. We made them specifically to separate the game rackets from the black, professional ones. Of course, it will be much more interesting for children to pick up such a bright racket and inflate bubbles using it. Therefore, they will no longer touch your rackets. Moreover, each of them has such a bright and beautiful toy that is also attractive for the children. I've already checked on my own. Now I have someone to test it on. So, what do I want to tell about them? The advantage of it that it's unchanged is, of course, its braid. It's our patented beaded surface that allows you to absorb a load of solution and accordingly inflate more bubbles and make longer bubble tails. We have the rackets of such shapes, a butterfly, that is used to inflate small bubbles. You can blow into it and of course it can be used by the youngest viewers. The next one has the shape of the sun. It inflates bigger bubbles and additionally can make a soap bubble rain. It's suitable for middle-aged children. And of course, the balloon. You can see what a beautiful handle it has. It looks like as I'm holding a real balloon. It will be a great attribute to have photo with it. Yeah, and it can inflate quite large bubbles and large bubble tails. You can see that the diameter here is 20 centimeters and right here is 30 centimeters, right? That is also good. Now, of course, I'm going to show you how to work with it. One more thing that I would like to point out that is very, very pleasant is that these rackets are very, 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 very cheap. We did it specifically so that you can buy all of these rackets and not just have one of them. And in case of anything, if the young viewer fell in love with it, let's say with a balloon or with a butterfly, you can give it to him and don't lose much money. The cost is more than good. So let's take a look at them. A butterfly. Yeah, a butterfly. It can inflate a lot of bubbles and it's easy enough to throw them. The rackets are very light. That is definitely one more advantage. And they are quite safe. I gave it to my baby to play with it. It's one more advantage. There is no sharp edges so that the child can be scratched or something like that. Well, accordingly, you can make a long bubble tail, right? Using this butterfly racket. It's butterfly. Now let's move on and try a balloon. It's quite a big racket. It's large. Using it, we can inflate huge bubbles. Here you are. See how big it is. Basically, if you are an entertainer, then in this case you can perform some tricks with this racket. For instance, you can replace the racket which has the diameter of 20. Wow! One more time. It's quite dry in here. I will do it a third time. Here, it means that any racket requires some more time to be soaked. It's one more racket that I have never used before. That's why everything works in this way. Whoop! Isn't it beautiful? And also you can throw bubbles. It seems to me that I have already showed it for you, but I will do it one more time. Here they are. So we can perform these tricks with this balloon. I want once again draw your attention to the fact that when you hold it in your hands, it looks very beautiful, like that. And the highlight of the program is the sun racket. Here it is. It's whirled and cute. I will show it to you closer. That's what it looks like. It's designed specifically so that it looks like a child had drawn it by his hand. And it's the kind of idea that stands behind it. so that the racket will look cute or something. Probably we can define it in this way. So what can we do with it? Of course, it can be used to inflate separate bubbles. Ouch, one more time. To inflate separate bubbles. How can we do it without it? Here we throw bubbles, throw bubbles, throw bubbles. It means that every child can do this. We can make a long bubble tail with it. But you see that we have additional tails. It's because it has these additional sections here. And of course we can make a soap bubble rain. Well, for such a racket, it's quite a decent rain. They are, well, a lot of bubbles. In my opinion, it's a lot for using only one racket. One more news for you, you can purchase such a racket in black. Now it's used as well, it replaced the small bubble maker in our price list. Here there is a black one and the yellow one. I must say right away that the black one is more expensive, so that there wouldn't be questions later, because it's the game racket. Using it, we can carry out the idea. We separate games and interactives from the professional show. Here is such a strategy. And accordingly, if you use 2 of such rackets in the show, there will be much more bubbles. Let's do it again. The rackets are very light and they don't rotate in the hands. For instance, if we compare it with the bubble maker of the previous generation that we had, I'll show you again. Look here. Yeah, there are lots of bubbles. That's why I highly recommend you our new props. Use them and enjoy.